Alright, hello and welcome. We are going to be playing Space Quest 1. This is the VGA remark. It just has kind of a improved graphics, it has legitimate audio, and is a point-and-click based game rather than kind of more text-based in the original version. This is our first adventure with Roger Wilco, our intrepid hero in the Sarien encounter. We're going to be learning a little bit more about what's going on in a moment after the credits roll, but some backstory here is that the planet that our hero comes from, Xenon, I believe, is currently in the presence of a dying star, and so with it, the planet also, of course, is in peril. And Roger is the janitor on a space expedition where they are testing out a new device that is supposed to generate stars from the hollow husks of now dead planets. The mission has been successful. There was a successful first test, and a message was sent back to Xenon, letting everyone there know that the test was successful. However, that message was intercepted by another race, the Sariens, who are less noble than our own race and who intend to use this star generator for nefarious purposes. So, as we come here, we will get a message momentarily. As we join our story, the crew of the Arcada is returning home to Xenon after a successful mission developing the star generator. Exhilarated by their accomplishments, they are oblivious to the fact that a sinister craft approaches rapidly from behind. And this is the somewhat cicada-shaped ship of the Sariens, catching our oddly turkey or chicken-shaped ship, the Arcada. And Roger, who has been sleeping in a janitor closet, awakens to this. You're startled by the sound of an alarm. Breaking through it, the intercom crackles with the frightened voice of a technician shouting that the Arcada has been boarded by unknown intruders. The transmission ends abruptly in a soundstorm of white noise, soon overtaken by the cold din of silence. You hear the overly cheerful voice of the ship's computer say, Destruct sequence.
Till detonation.
Destruct sequence is engaged. 15 minutes till detonation. Well, no time to waste then. We are going to come in this room first. And if we take a look, this is the operation console of the operation console of the data archive unit. There is a CRT and chair. Data cartridges are stored in these secure storage modules. What we're going to do is actually just kind of hang around for a minute, because very shortly we are going to be joined by another friend. Well, friend might be a strong word. An acquaintance, at least. Someone who actually knows our name, which is nice. It's probably not a very large crew, though. Should come through shortly. Maybe I'll just step through this door and then come back in, and then he'll be here. I don't feel like waiting, so we might as well make it happen. The door opens. A man you recognize as one of the head lab scientists stumbles into the room. He appears to be in serious need of some Abdo-Seal abdomen filler. After only a few steps, he hits the floor with a disconcerting thud. A large laser hole has been burned in his uniform, giving you a very nice view of previously unexposed tissue. Struggling painfully, he props himself up on one elbow. Alright, let's have a chat. His lips move, my favorite line. The star generator is in danger. The Arcada is under attack. You'd better get off this scow if you value your life, Wilco. Just before his systems cease all functions short of decay, he looks over toward the shelves full of cartridges and utters, "Stars." With one last gasp, his lifeless form slumps to the floor. Alright, so this is part of the game's copyright protection. We come to this console and use the main portion here and type in stars, which I have to check our copyright material here to get the proper way to type out stars. This is all found in the manual. Here and here again. Enter. Cartridge. Let's try again. This guy. Hopefully I just misclicked because this is what should be right. Oh, I was looking in the wrong direction. That was very foolish. Okay, so stars. We have you, and then you. Cartridge found. Now retrieving. Yeah, and we lose a pretty good chunk of time every time we get it wrong, so this will be about as close as I've ever come to not getting off the ship. You do have to make sure you actually take the cartridge from this little retrieval robot, otherwise you have to re-enter the information. Now we're going to come across here, and we're going to hear some footsteps in a second probably. Theoretically you can go in this elevator, but we should have time to get off screen. Good, we do. And, oh, who's this? It's all that remains of Jerry, one of the few techno dudes aboard who sometimes tolerated your company. Your low clearance excluded you from visiting him during the performance of his duties in the elegant lower-level airlock of the Arcada. And if we search him, you search Jerry's body and find a key card, which is the key card to that lower-level airlock, which we are going to need to get to. Take this elevator down, and those footsteps will be upstairs. We have time to look at some more friends. A cursory glance indicates that Dave, a lab technician, is dead. Normally you wouldn't be able to tell, except that his intestines are hanging out of this scorched opening where his abdominal wall used to be. You remember that he was forced to serve in the Xenon National Guard, but he wasn't bitter. And then over here, yes, this is one of the head research scientists, Blanche. You wanted to get to know her a little better. However, seeing her ruptured chest wall reveals more about her than you were hoping to learn. Good amount of dark humor in this game, but I, for one, enjoy it. Shock and awe. And why is that? The base of the star generator research pedestal has apparently been trashed by the vandals who stole the generator. So yes, the star generator has been stolen. Yet another crewman's motionless body reduces the shine of the floor wax. Hugh doesn't look too neat and clean with his lungs hanging out like that. I guess not. There's a device here blinking, so let's snatch that. Actually, I forgot to look at it, but if we do, Wilco says something about how that must be how they were able to get through the shield generator. So apparently it's some magnetic device that disrupts the normal functioning of electronic devices. This guy, the lifeless body of Randy, one of the lab technicians, lies sprawled at your feet. Those laser blasts are nasty. Why, you can't distinguish one exposed organ from another. Alright, let's head out of here. And if we continue east here, once this robot flies by, we will pass underneath the kind of data room we were in before. And we'll actually see one last old friend. This is Stuart, one of your crewmates. He appears to be non-functional. You used to kid him about it when he was alive, but now it's true. You hear footsteps. Let's head over to... Ooh. That misstep may have cost us... No, here we go. Yeah, the only body we have to search was Jerry, who has the key card. We're going to come up here, and we actually need to first step around and hide behind this kind of mouse-looking structure. Good. Failing to notice anyone, blah blah blah, they leave. On the screen is some green dude you've never seen the likes of. He seems to be talking, but the audio is out in this area of the ship. Fair enough. Alright, let's continue over here. Alright, let's take a look at this item. You always meant to ask one of the technicians what this thing is. However, you procrastinated a bit too long in this case. It's either an ocean in a bottle or a model of your stomach as the deadline draws near. We are getting close, only 6 minutes left. On this console here, we have the controls to the bay doors, so we're going to open those. And then we're going to take this key card, put it in the slot here. You slide the keycard into the slot. The lock releases with a satisfying click, and the elevator doors slide open. Step inside. We take a look at this console here. The control panel has many confusing gauges on it. The only one you can read says, "Caution, launch bay decompress." So, we could open this up, but that probably won't go very well for us in our current attire. So let's open up this over here. A spacesuit hangs in the closet. A helmet sits on the top shelf. Let's grab those. And we're also going to open up this little drawer here. You notice some sort of gadget in the drawer. And if we go in our inventory, we don't know what it is yet. This is some sort of gadget. You're not sure what it does exactly, but it has a switch. We are going to switch that on. And what it actually is a universal translator. All right, let's hit this button. And we'll listen for our 5-minute warning, which I think we get.
5.
Oh, got cut off. You do have to be careful not to step off the ledge here, so we'll cautiously walk over and then climb aboard. We'll look quickly to see that we have this item. The survival kit contains the basics for deep space survival. Good to know. All right, let's put on our seatbelt. And we have this throttle here, but nothing much will happen without power. So let's look at the buttons up here. And we have the power button for the escape pod. This button is not to be pushed at any time. And this is the auto nav button. When operative, it allows the pod to navigate to the closest habitable planet. All right, let's hit the power quickly. If we can. All right, let's look at it, I guess. I don't know. What in the world is happening? I must have just been clicking too low. Anyway, power button on, and let's throttle out of here. As you slide the throttle forward, you can feel the Arcada start to shake. And not a moment too soon, both the Sariens and we escape as the Arcada explodes. Alright. And now, just for some fun, I'm going to pause for a moment. Alright. And we're going to press the button that we are never to press. You have a feeling you shouldn't have pressed that button. Do a little hyperspacing. This psychedelic void. And we find ourselves outside of a castle. Ooh. Uh-oh. Doesn't look good. Ouch! I think we've got some serious organ damage here. All of them, of course, could be easily replaced in the time period from which you've just arrived. However, a quick scenery check reveals that you are now in the Dark Ages. The only transplant you'll get here is from carcass to spit over flame. As you draw a few final lungfuls of oxygen through your newly acquired sucking chest wound, you gleefully notice your final resting place is near beautiful Nottingham Castle, universally renowned for its inclusion in Sierra's conquests of the longbow. Oh my goodness, you're shocked to hear some highly inflammatory language making its way into your auditory canals. Must be some uncivilized ruffians in the nearby pub. Alright, so yeah, just kind of a fun little reference to another Sierra game, but hang on a moment. Alright, we are now back in our ship. Let's hit the correct button. And as the computer plots a course to the nearest habitable planet, we see that it's called Corona. And now that the calculations are complete, the ship will set off back into psychedelic hyperspace, where apparently Roger has found some mushrooms floating around before he, set off. Might explain why all of this is happening. And we'll cruise nicely into a landing pattern. Or not. Okay. Thank you for flying Arcada Getaway Pod Lines. It's nearly been a pleasure serving you. Tell a friend, if you've actually got one. Alright, let's unbuckle and hop out. And then we'll actually end the video here, and next time we will explore this area of Corona. But till then, see ya.